Undertale is a game. You've seen it, I've seen it, anyone in the world knows what an Undertale is by now. It exploded back in the day. YouTube was filled with everyone making videos about it. Even the Pope has played it apparently. It's been around since 2015 and it's one of the most beloved indie games. At first glance, there's nothing really impressive about the game. It is just another turn-based RPG with pixel art graphics and a pick-your-own-path mechanic. Toby Fox made some ROM hacks, some music, and one day sat down and thought, how do the monsters feel in this type of games? And then made a whole game around that. But despite how simple it is in its design, premise, and gameplay, it was, and still is, a phenomenon. It got as much merchandise as you can think of, questionable fan art, and even being represented in a Smash Brothers game. At a time where you have all these games with outstanding graphical quality and groundbreaking gimmicks, Undertale pushed past all of that to deliver an experience that many people hold very dear to them. And there's something special about that. Undertale, as a game, has a lot of heart to it. As I said, Toby Fox gathered experience from previous projects he had worked on, to which he added his own personality and twist to, and people loved the result for what it was, with a cast of memorable characters and witty dialogue. Now, there's a similar title being developed, and Undertale keeps making an impact in one way or another. It's an oversimplification of the actual journey the creator went through to get to where things are now, but just like that, projects in general are all about the ideas and the goal you have. Indie games have proven time and time again how ambitious they are despite the limited resources, and Undertale is only one example of that. If we take it a little further back, another cultural phenomenon would be the Five Nights series. Back when the first installments were released, I wasn't a fan of the point-and-click gameplay much as I'm not a huge horror fan myself. But the story concept and the lore behind it was interesting to me. How many details Scott Cawthon put into these games past its initial gameplay layer were really cool to see executed. But then the franchise kept growing so much to the point where you got lost in what even was going on anymore, with the promised final installment every time a game was released.
It won't happen again.
I don't get it. But at heart, these concepts came from an idea and a goal that their creators had. Most recently even, we have another point-and-click party game that became massively popular despite its simplicity that I'm not even going to. The point I'm trying to get to is how this simplicity in these games that became highly successful applies to any type of project you work on. Be it drawings, videos, music, taxes, anything. There are many people that undermine their own work because it doesn't meet their own expectations or they don't feel confidence in themselves after seeing the potential that there is out there. How behind in the race one feels or the sensation that one could be doing better if they really tried. Any type of excuse that turns into a snowball that prevents you from doing the things that you want or that you could be doing. And in my opinion, that is the worst thing that you can do. There are advantages to being a perfectionist or overambitious with every step that you take. But it's not necessary. It just makes things more complicated than they actually are. It's not necessary for a project to be this massive thing to shine or to leave an impact. You know? Even looking back and seeing your past work differently just shows how much you've grown and how far you've come. As I've been saying, making stuff is about what you want to achieve and the goal that you have. Whether you're passionate about it or if you just want to do it for fun, it's all that really matters. If it's true to you as a person, it's already valuable. If I take it back to the main topic of the video, all Undertale relied on was character, script, and music. But more importantly, it relied on Toby Fox and his unique approach to all of those things. And just like that, I'm sure that anyone that wants to achieve something should just keep it simple and focus on what they want to achieve through it.
Alright, that's cool, but what does any of that have to do with Undertale?
It's educational.
It's clickbait.
Well,
What even was the point of the video? There was so much you could have covered, how the different routes make you question morality, or the emotionally charged leitmotifs with each battle, or even burger pants.